Today we're talking to Normal City manager Ian Allinson in the wilds of Essex, where the Saints have staged a dramatic late comeback to win 4-2 against East Thurrock United. A match which we took an early lead, or took lead midway through the first half, conceded 2 quick goals after that. Could have been more trouble by half time, but with 88 minutes gone, we're still 2-1 down here, and then we got 3 and 5 minutes. You would have settled for a point at that time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, as I said at half time, I was really disappointed because I felt we had to work hard to get 1-0 up, and we worked hard and got 1-0 up, and then we had a crazy 15 minutes where we just sort of could have lost the game through lack of discipline, lack of application, and lack of willingness to go and work hard. And from being 1-0 up, and I felt in control of the game, we're then 2-1 down, and it could have been 3-1. And you rightly said there earlier was that it was nice to get the half-time whistle and get us back in there and tell them a few untruths, really, because as I said before, I think we've got a good squad. I think we've got a great squad. But if you don't turn up and you don't apply yourself, you're not going to win many games of football. Second half, we huffed and puffed and huffed and puffed and huffed and puffed, and then you know, we've made the 3 substitutions we did and put some energy and legs into the side, and you know, we've been fortunate in the end that we've gone and obviously got the goals that matter, and just pleasing that we kept going and going and going, and as I say, it's great to come away with 3 points.
Funny, it's a strange recurring theme. We saw it at Woking and at Billericay. We get a goal, and a few minutes later we conceded 2, and again it happened today.
We speak long and hard about it, as I say. I think everybody's aware of the situation, and the most susceptible any team has been known is that, you know, them couple of minutes after you've gone and scored a goal is that, you know, you have to react to the situation you're in, but that has to come from everybody from the sidelines. We're talking about the next sort of 10 minutes is the most important part of that game. And you've got to go and react to that 10-minute spell, but as I say, we didn't again. You know, we got lazy with the defending side of it. You know, people haven't gone with a runner, then we haven't reacted quick enough to the ball coming down. Next thing, it's a penalty and it's 1-1, and again then for 3 or 4 minutes we were in shock, and you know, they've gone and got a second, and it was crazy because, as I say, up until we scored the goal I felt quite comfortable. We looked as if we was in charge of the game. And when you go and get the first goal, you think go and get a second just before half time now, put the game to bed, and then second half we can enjoy ourselves. But unfortunately we make life very difficult for us this season at the moment. So, but as I said, you know, I said at the beginning of the season, there's going to be lots of ups and downs. There's going to be I think that's probably another 6 goals scored in a game where we've been involved in it. So it's quite open, quite entertaining. But as I say, you know, we need to be better at times in situations where we need to manage the game better in situations when we do go 1-0 up or whatever, or the game's in a tight area, because against, you know, the really good sides in this league, if you make mistakes you'll get punished, and unfortunately East Thurrock haven't held on, and we've managed to go and get, as you say, 3 goals in the last 5 minutes.
You went for 3 up front today, for 88 minutes, debatable whether it paid off, but in the end 2 goals for Sam Merson.
Yeah, it was just, I felt last week against Dartford, though we defended very, very well, I just felt we just lacked a bit of potency in the opposing box, and I felt with the 3 of them, as we did against Billericay in the second half, we caused them problems. And today, I don't know, we got in 2 or 3 times. I think Rawston's had 2 chances in the first 5 minutes to lob the goalkeeper on 2 occasions, and both times the keeper's got lucky. So Sam's got the goal, and he's gone and got a magnificent 3rd goal there. I mean, an outstanding goal in the way he's reacted. But he's been sharp and bright. I mean, he missed the first couple of training sessions, and he seems to have been playing catch up a lot. And Rawston and David have done well as a partnership, but I just felt changing it today. I didn't want to play a 3 up front. It was going to be more of a 2 up front and 1 dropping in a hole, but we ended up 2 flat at times, and I didn't think it really worked first half. I think we're a little bit too flat. In terms of the 3 second half, we dropped David Moyo into the hole more, and I felt it worked more. We looked as if we got a bit more potency going forward, and I think Ralston got in once or twice, and Sam got in once or twice, but our finishes wasn't good enough. And then, as I say, we've been fortunate with the 3 subs that we brought Percy, Zane and Cow on, and to be fair, they gave us some magnificent energy, and they gave us a new lease of life, and it went on from there that, you know, we've managed to go and get the 3 goals.
Well, I'm not sure it's fortunate with substitutes in. It's obviously inspired management. East Thurrock, they started the season poorly. They've had a couple of good wins lately, so it's not a result to be sniffed at today.
Well, it's not. I mean, I know they've struggled to score goals all season. I spoke to John last week when we was discussing, you know, Roman and Lewis. So, you know, up till today they've only scored 3 goals, which isn't enough in this league if you're going to survive. But they've only conceded 9. So in 8 games, it's won a game. So to come here and score 4 goals is a great achievement. I think the last 2 games here, or 3 games this year, they've lost to Woking 1-0. Beat Slough 1-0 and beat Bath 1-0. So, you know, there've been no slouches when it comes to defending. So to come here and score 4 goals is great, you know, but at times there, you know, especially in the second half, I felt we looked really strong, and we were going at them, always going to leave yourself open to the counter attack, because we were having to try and chase the game, and we've got to be better than that. We need to be in front, we need to be controlling the game, and we don't have to be in a situation where we've got to go and chase the game. Teams have got to chase the game against us, and then we can go and hit them on the counter attack, and they're all the things we have to learn. But as I say, let's take the 3 points and move away and prepare ourselves for Concord next week.
We've had a couple of sendings off on the pitch this season, Ian, but overall our discipline's been pretty good. We're having a few problems on the bench. We seem to get spoken to most games, and your assistant Glenn Elzapisi, he was removed from the bench in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in a situation where, you know, we are chasing the game, and Glenn's tried to get a ball back very quickly for us to keep the momentum going, and one of their guys has failed to let him have the ball, and it's just the same as what happened with Harold Joseph. We said the other week, let him have the ball. At the end of the day, all you're going to do is cause yourself a problem. And Glenn's tried to grab it, and in the end, the guy's thrown the ball straight into Glenn's face. So Glenn's reacted to that, but it's just handbags again, David. It just really is. But as I said before, you need to fight your corner in this league, because you know some of the decisions again today were very average in terms of the situation we was in. So you know, I'll fight my corner as much as I can, but as I've always said to you, you know, I've got a proud record. I feel that I've never been sent off from the bench in 29 years as a manager. So, but I'll fight my corner, and I think if we're not getting the decisions that are going our way, I'll stand up for myself, and I'll stand up for the team in terms of that. And sometimes the referees feel that you know, if we're stepping over the line, they think they can have a conversation with us. But as I say, you know, foul and abusive language is never used. You know, I've got utmost respect for them, because at the end of the day they have to do a horrible job, but sometimes you have to look at some of the decisions, and you've seen it today, and you've probably got it on your camera from where you was videoing today. There was a blatant handball there, and how 2 officials can't see that 2 minutes before half time, it's questionable in terms of where I'm standing, because I've certainly seen it, and the referee weren't far away from I was, and obviously the linesman's this side where you are, and you've probably seen it. And if you look at the reaction from our players and the reaction from the crowd behind the goal, something's obviously gone on there. So there you go. At the end of the day, he was very quick to give them a penalty in the first half. That's the first challenge that's gone in. A lot of people are debating whether it was outside or on the edge, but he couldn't give it quick enough. So we have to accept them and get on with it, and worry about the next game.
The next game being Concord Rangers at Clarence Park next Saturday, 15th of September. Sides of which things are expected this season, because they got a bit of an injection of money. They've stumbled a bit of late. But it's not going to be an easy one.
No, not at all. But you know, all the accounts that I've had is that at times they've been the best team in the league this year. So they've had a bit of a stumble over the last couple of weeks with a couple of defeats, and they've had a draw today. I see they've scored in the last minute today. So no, it's going to be a tough game. As I said to you, at the end of the day, you know, this league doesn't bring any surprises to me now. You know, I don't go out there expecting to win every game. I go out expecting every game to be a difficult game, as you've seen today. You know, we have no divide right to win a game of football, and if we don't work hard and don't turn up properly and don't apply ourselves, we won't win games of football. We did it at the second half today, but for 20 minutes in the first half we didn't apply ourselves to the game, and we could have been out of the game by half time. So lots to work with, lots to learn from it, and hopefully we can keep working and pushing them, and we can still try and get some results and some rewards as we go into the next few weeks of the season.
Of course, we're going to that game looking to record a 3rd straight win.
Be good, be great. I mean, obviously we needed to do it because we were getting perilously close to the relegation, and the one thing, you know, you don't want to do in any league is to get dragged into a relegation battle, even at this stage of the season, because once you get in there you start looking over your shoulder and you're looking at little results, and you need a little bit of luck, and as I say, we've probably got a little bit of luck late on because we've gone and scored the goal. But at 2-2 we could have settled for a point, David, and I think the 2 goals we went and got in that last sort of couple of minutes were 2 outstanding goals. And when you look back at it, not only the finishes but also the moves that led up to the goals, and you know, we can look back at that and say that's fantastic work from Cal and fantastic work from Sam, but it was also the pattern of play before we got into them areas. So learn from it. We've got to go and make sure that we don't put ourselves in situations where we keep giving the opposition opportunities to go and win games of football, and we have to go and learn from that, because as I said to you, look at the situations in Billericay and Woking, both them games we could have come away with something, and we didn't because of our lack of discipline in the end.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian, and congratulations. Right, a mind event, Saints next in action next Saturday, 15th of September, Concord Rangers, visitors to Clarence Park, National League South, kick-off is at 3 p.m.